What's up everyone, welcome to episode number 11 of Cheesing with every unit to Grandmaster. And as you can see, Grandmaster League has been achieved. Took us 10 episodes exactly, and that's absolutely beautiful. But we still have a bunch of units left to complete. We have 5 units left with Protoss and about 15 combined with Terran and Zerg. Our next mission is first of all to stay in Grandmaster, second of all to get as high MMR as possible. Maybe we can even break top 100 Grandmaster. Let's begin. Our first game of the day is against a Terran, and we got Terran as well. Once again, judging from the tooltip down here, you can sometimes tell early what race we got. Still get a lot of questions about that, because I know it's confusing. I'm in the loading screen, I'm like, oh, we're playing Terran, and you're like, huh? How the hell does he know? Yeah, it's just the tooltip. Now, let's see, what units do we have left with Terran? I think we have pretty much all, we have all the barracks units left besides the Ghost. We have all the factory units left besides the Thor? Is that correct? Maybe. And then we have the battlecruiser as well. I believe that's what it is. Now, I don't remember using the Banshee, but I feel like I saw it crossed out. Oh, I guess the Banshee game was that game against the Cannon Rusher where I owned him by going like 3-minute double starport to counter his Cannon Rush. Yeah, that was the thing. Okay, so the thing here is the hardest unit to do this with, I think, is the tank. Because if I want to do a build with the tank in this challenge, I don't just want to make one factory tank to accompany my 3-racks bio units. You know, that doesn't really feel like it's fitting enough to be in this challenge. So I have to do something with multiple factories, but I'm not quite sure how easy that's going to be. I think I'm just going to give it a shot this game because, like I mentioned, we are running out of units anyway, right? Like, we're going to have to use whatever unit we can, and I'm just going to take the opportunity here to try and get the hardest unit out of the way. The battlecruiser, once again, actually a pretty strong unit for this challenge. Once we get a Zerg and I get a Terran, or I get Terran, obviously not that likely, right? Because I am still playing random after all, but then we can do an absolutely disgusting battlecruiser cheese, and you guys are gonna love it. You guys probably have seen me do it before. In fact, I could also do the freaking Ghost battlecruiser cheese. That's even spicier. Now, what am I gonna do exactly with the tanks? Okay. I'm considering... Yeah, I'm just gonna do it. I'm considering proxying 2 factories is what I want to say, and just make 2 tanks from those. Now, Did he see both of my SCVs? Oh, I should have paid a little more attention there. Oh, that could be a little painful. I'm gonna do it anyway, guys. Fork it. No one does this anyway. Okay, there's actually one thing that could be a little scary. I only thought about that just now. Is that I know there's been a lot of people abusing the Cyclone. I'm playing on a decent amount of ping. That's how we know we're on Singapore, of course. A lot of people are playing with the Cyclone, so I wouldn't be surprised if he would check for a proxy Cyclone. I still think that's an absolutely awful build, by the way. Ever since that bug got fixed where the Cyclone did 25% more damage. Now, we might be able to get this SCV. If we do, that would be really nice, because that's going to keep him at home more as well. He's not going to be able to kill my Reaper, I don't think. It's kind of hard to predict how much ping my opponent's on. I'm going to have to play on 250 ping on the Singaporean server, and I have no idea if... This guy could literally be from Singapore and play on like 2 ping, you know? Like, I have no idea. How would I ever know? Now, just before I even start this, guys, I know sometimes I'm wrong. Sometimes I underestimate my own memory. This build, I really don't think this is going to make it into my recommended list, okay? I can tell you guys that much. If this build makes it into my recommended list, I would be very surprised. So let's see. Made a couple Reapers. Not sure... Oh, that grenade. Best grenade. Oh my goodness, that is delicious. All right. Is that a double gas? That's not a double gas, is it? His Hellion felt so late. Or maybe it's just that my tanks feel so early. I'm actually not quite sure. Was that a double gas on one base or not? I want to say it wasn't. He just did some substandard, you know, 2 Reapers off of a Reaper expand kind of thing. I'm going to siege this tank over here. Now, how many tanks do I even go with? I have no idea. Now, I'm not going to lie, guys. Looking at this guy's base, why does this feel like it's going to work? Oh, wait. He's not paying attention? The best grenade ever? No! Oh, that would have been beautiful. Okay, so it looks like he's going across now. Just judging from what I saw, his starport was late. And if he finds out I'm on 1 base, which I'm not even sure if he knows that yet or not, he will probably make like a bunker at the front. You know what I mean? Like, this is not going to be... He has his own tank already kind of thing. At least I don't think so. Okay, so he's gonna micro a bit against these. That's perfectly fine with me. Normally this would be annoying for me, but the truth is I am happy with the distraction. Oh my god. No, he has a Liberator. Oh no, it's a Why is he pulling his SCVs? You psychopath. Oh no, that Liberator hurt my soul to see. I'm gonna be able to kill that Cycler. Yeah, look at that. That's actually beautiful. There we go. My tank flank just came in. Dude, the Liberator is actually the literal worst unit for me he could have made. So I guess I wasn't entirely correct about this being... Wait, this could be perfect. Let's see. What does he have up here? I'm not quite sure. Oh yeah, he does have the tank. One more shot, please. No. Oh, he is gonna get another shot off painfully enough. Okay. So, well, this was gonna be perfect for us, but then he randomly decided to make a Liberator, which is very Mark style, so I can't even complain about it. If anything, this guy could be my biggest fan, and he's like, Mark likes Liberators, I'm gonna make Liberators as well. It's not like I can exactly blame him for that. So in the follow-up, I'm gonna go for a double starport Viking. And I guess I'll just play like kind of a greedy 3cc thing behind this, because I have to catch up in economy. Like, he has 2 orbitals already. I only have 1 orbital. Orbitals are a pretty big deal. He's not going to be able to attack these tanks from there. Yeah, the problem is he's going to probably kill my units here eventually. I just need to buy as much time as possible. I can't really have him mine from that. Let's see. How close is the tank? There's a tank over there. So I'm going to have to slowly... Oh, he's 2 Liberators now. That I'm actually not so sure if I mind that much, because the Liberator is theoretically not the best unit ever here. So I don't think I mind him having 2 of those. I'm already making Vikings. My command center is about to finish. I'm going to start mining from that. Let's see. Should be... If I'm lucky, I can save both of these. Oh, no. How did that even get hit? That was a scam. Let's see if I can kill 1 SCV. Barely not going to happen. And all right. That's going to pretty much be it for the contain for now. Behind it, I would say we actually caught up in economy. My orbital's going to finish, and this base is going to be done pretty soon. So this was actually pretty good. Now, keep in mind... Our tanks are in freaking Tokyo, right? Or our factories, rather. So I'm gonna have to keep this contain up forever, I think. Now, what I would expect him to do is send that other Liberator to my base. So the next couple of Vikings are gonna be here defending my mineral lines, pretty much. Okay, he's gonna scan my base. He now sees that I do indeed have a fully fledged expansion. Let's see. I expect the Liberator to go to the main base. It could be the natural as well, but I think it's gonna be... Wait, he's sending... Are you sure about that, my friend? I have a couple of Vikings here. The Marines are getting bait. Oh, this is beautiful. Look at that. The Liberator's gonna fall as well. And now I'm gonna have an absolutely monstrous position. Can I hit that gas? I can either barely or... No, I can barely not hit that gas, I think. That's a little... Oh, no. Why did... Oh, that actually hurt my soul a little bit to watch. Okay, so this Liberator did indeed go to the main. That's gonna die very fast. Now, the problem is that he does have more tanks than me at this point. But I feel like with me killing that Liberator, I should just have air control forever now. Since he made Liberators and Vikings, by the way, that means he shouldn't have interference matrices, which is going to be a pretty big deal. Wait, is this guy on 2 starports as well? I think he might, or 2 factories, I mean, sorry. That is 6 siege tanks. Huh, oh no, if he's going to go for it, we might be in trouble here. I'm going to run away the moment I see... Yeah. I'm out. Even if he didn't use the SCVs, I would have run for my life, by the way. But if he wants to use the SCVs as well, I'm definitely out. Now I'm going to try to swap this over. If he's playing 2 factory like me, and I just managed to get Liberators out, since I have more Vikings already, I feel like we should be in a fantastic spot. I'm not quite sure because it's such a freaking weird game, of course. Let's see, is he still chilling? He's making a turret. 7 tanks. It actually does not look like it's double factory, by the way. I think he actually was just able to make that many over time from 1. Let's see. I'm just going to be able to siege the main here. I'm not quite sure if this is a very useful spot. Kind of depends on how much he has... Oh, yeah, I'm going to be a little greedy here. Oh, I rallied a tank on accident, so I guess it's going to be an even trade. Actually, slightly better than even because I'm going to get a couple Marines as well. That Viking's now going to die. I'm also going to be able to get the turret, surprisingly. Let's see. I don't... Is he gonna run out of Marines, this guy? He has a couple of Marines, but it's not that many, right? I think I can also just land this. He has so many turrets, oh my goodness. Okay, so that tank is definitely sieging over there. So let me just take down those turrets real quick. I got 2 Liberators on the way. And we're gonna lift those Vikings back up, send them over here. Still making tanks from this factory. I think I probably should build... Oh, that's a cyclone. That actually hurt a little bit. I should probably... keep all my Vikings together. I don't think he has that many Vikings. I don't think there's a turret under there, guys. Well, the Singapore ping remains to be an absolute struggle. Once again, if you guys are wondering why there's so many spikes, it's because we're playing on the Singaporean server. Okay, so I moved my tanks closer faster than he thought. I'm kind of wondering if he... Does he have ravens on the way somewhere? Like, he's moving all the way back, like he's ready to go. How the hell is that tank in range? I did not expect that, honestly. Okay, this is just not gonna work. These liberators are gonna kill everything. Oh, this is brutal, man. God, I can't believe this worked. And you know what the worst part about it is that I think I was wrong again. Because this actually did look strong. And this is considering he made a liberator. If he didn't make... Imagine if he made a raven instead of a liberator early on. What on earth is he gonna do? I don't know. Now, I will add on to that before you guys think this is broken. Realistically, he should have scouted me way earlier. I think it took him an incredibly long time to even realize I was just on one base. If he realized that earlier, maybe he would have started making Vikings early with more tanks, whatever, I don't know. But in this case, it didn't even feel like it was the best case scenario. Still looked incredibly strong. We get it done with the tank. Let's keep it going. Game number 2 is against another random player. Would you look at that? All right, playing on Abyssal Reef. I got Terran again. Okay, now I don't really know if it matters what unit I choose against a random player. Like, for example, a unit that I had in mind would be like the Widow Mine, right? Because the Widow Mine would be pretty good against Protoss. Well, pretty bad against Terran, actually. Besides the late game, in all honesty. Late game Widow Mine is actually surprisingly good. And against Zerg, well, Widow Mines are good, but it's really part of a big composition, right? Like, if Widow Mines are good in TVZ, it's because you're playing an active bio game and you're attacking everywhere. And it doesn't become so much about the Widow Mine anymore. There was an older build that I do really like to do sometimes, which is... I think it's already like 4 years old or something at some point. Cure invented this build, a Korean pro Terran player, where he would go for a fast second factory and an armory. All while playing bio, by the way. So he would actually go like 5 barracks, 8 barracks. But he would go for fast double factory, armory, and just start doing drilling claw widow mine drops and then go into bio instead of, you know, the more typical 3 or 4 command centers and then the second factory. So that is a build I would consider, but first we just have to see what race my opponent is. I should have scouted a little bit earlier, actually. There's one rule I can give you guys. If you play against random, the earliest you SCV scout is just the earliest you would scout in any other matchup. So the average SCV scout timing against Zerg would be 19, against Protoss it's 18, and against Terran it's like 16 or 17. So that means you have to pretend your opponent's Terran. Here I can see Zerg. Because the reason you scouted early against Terran is because otherwise you can't defend the proxy Reaper. And it's also really good to just play Reaper Expand because that's decent in every matchup. Now we are playing against a Zerg, and I do think I'm going to try to go for that strategy that I mentioned earlier. Oh yeah, my brain also gets messed up when I do this. When you play against random and you scout early, you arrive in people's bases at weird times, right? Because you'll scout a Protoss or a Zerg extra early. So don't be scared if the hatchery is not finished, because normally the hatchery should be finished, so you know it's a hatch first. Here it wasn't because I scouted early, so it's easy to, you know, jump into panic mode because you're not used to the hatchery already being finished, but here it's because I scouted so early. So I have 2 options here. Actually, no, I'm going to make this even cooler, by the way. I don't just want to make it regularly cool, I'm going to make it even cooler. I'm going to play Drilling Claw Mine Drops, and then play mech drops after. Because why the frick not? Okay, we already killed a drone. This is... Okay, I was going to say, if he's going to lose another drone, then it's going to be a little painful. Pretty nice Reaper harass here. Queen's about to finish. I can already feel the lag again, which means that we are indeed playing on the Singaporean server. There is a way to manipulate servers, by the way. If you guys are wondering why I play on Singapore so much, it is very likely because my opponents are manipulating the servers. You can block the IPs of the servers you don't want to play on. So, let's say you're... Ooh, where are you going? Let's say if you're a Korean player and you play in hours where there's not a lot of people on the Korean server, you play on NA, but you don't want to play on a gajillion ping, you can just block all the other servers that are not Singapore, and then you can play on like 80 ping or whatever you would get on this. And you could tell me to do the same, but the truth is, I just want to play games. I just want to... Like, for example, if I would do the same thing and only allow myself to play on the US servers, that would mean that if I play this guy, the game just kind of cancels. That's what happens. The queue stops. And that would happen a lot. And I just want to play games, so that's why I don't do it. But I think a lot of these guys actually do it, because there's no way I would play so much on Singapore otherwise. Singapore is not even the fairest server for me to play against like anyone, because I just have too much ping on it. So like if I play against a Korean, the fairest server would just be US West, for example. Or pretty much against any Asian player, I would imagine that US West is the fairest. Maybe if you're like from India or something, that US East would be fairer. I'm actually not quite sure how much ping you would have there. Now let me make sure that I actually do pay a little bit of attention to the game before I let everything go to hell. I just want to know if my opponent's going to play Roaches or not, because if he is playing Roaches, I want to make a Banshee. Doesn't look... Most of the time, Roach Warrens are at the front. I don't know actually why, but most of the time they are. So since they're not, I think we're safe to go for that second factory now. I'm going to make a reactor on my starport, which is quite unusual. But I think I'm going to be able to make so many Widow Mines that it's just smart, right? I don't want to have to wait for one medevac all the time. I do really have to be careful to not get all in there. I don't even know how I want to wall off this map, by the way. Is walling this off smart and then just... Oh, this is actually freaking massive, huh? Yeah, this is a little trickier than I thought. Normally, walling off is not such a big deal. Or, well, it is a big deal. It's just not that difficult, I wanted to say. Okay, judging by that amount of links, our opponent's definitely not playing Roaches, unless he's already gearing up to go for a Gargantuan all-in, but I suspect that it's not the case. Armory is finished, and then we're just going to start dropping mass Widow Mines. I should probably keep these Hellions at home, just because I'm not making any more Hellions, so if those Zerglings run by, and I don't have anything at home, we're probably going to cry. Drilling Claw takes 80 seconds, which means I can make 2 waves of Widow Mines. Let's see, I can actually move these over here. And then I start the medevacs now, and I think by the time we arrive, we should have Drilling Claws up. Drilling Claws extremely good for drops, by the way. Zergs are not used to this kind of build. In fact, no one is used to this kind of build right now. So they don't pull the drones away fast enough. Now, I did get nerfed, because you do get an alert now if you drop Widow Mines close enough. Always going to detonate that Widow Mine. Just for that, I'm actually going to switch the Widow Mines around. I think that's a pretty smart idea. And then after this, I do want to go for those double armory mech drops. So I guess I'll go for the second armory now. This is very greedy, I'll be honest. This really is very greedy. Now, I do have 2 medevacs with 4 Widow Mines each already. Should I be making tanks? Probably. The answer is probably I should. There's a bailing... Oh, guy, I think we have the perfect strategy here, guys. Well, not the perfect strategy, but he is doing the right thing for us. Let's put it that way. Because if he was going to go for Roaches, this would be a lot harder. Drilling Claws is... Well, look at the timing of that. It's going to finish in 5 seconds. Like, literally, as I'm about to drop these, it's going to finish. He also put his evos in a way that I can't even use that as surface area. Look, he wasn't used to them burrow... Oh my god, that's beautiful. I told you guys, he wasn't going to be used to them burrowing and shooting so fast. Now I got a couple more over here. Okay, these are going to hit the absolute jackpot, I think. Look at this. This mineral line was so oversaturated too. Wait, I thought I unburrowed them. A little bit of a mistake there by me. That mineral line was horribly oversaturated, so that hurt like hell. I think I might have killed like 20 drones there or something. And what's nice about this is that I can just leave my Hellbats at home, because my opponent's playing Lynx. If he was going for either Roaches or Hydras, really, it doesn't really matter, then yeah, just the Hellbats wouldn't really do that much, right? Like, it would just be a bit tragic. Like, they would just die for maybe 1 Roach at most or something like this. But now these can, well, not kill an infinite amount of Lynx, but a lot of them for sure. And now I have more medevacs on the way already. He's killing those with 1 Zergling because he's busy rebuilding his drones. That's a... Oh, I actually misclicked there. That's unfortunate. I clicked the ground instead of the medevac. So the Widow Mine didn't drop exactly when I wanted it to. Did I just do the same thing again? I think I might have. Also, wait. Spores do more damage now. I didn't really think about that, but they do. Wait, I can... Guys, this is so funny. Because I have Drilling Claws, I can chase him. Like, he can't get past my units fast enough because the Drilling Claws burrow in time. I feel like this guy is having a very hard time against this. Now, I'm not quite sure when the moment is for me to start going for pure mech drops instead of just making Widow Mines. Actually, I think... should I just get a second starport? Why the hell not, guys? I need so many medevacs for this strategy I'm about to do. I also have way too many SCVs here. Can definitely tell that I needed a 4th command center a little earlier with the 33 out of 16. Not the best saturation job I've ever done. I think I'm just gonna drop more Widow Mines. No, wait, let me spread those out a little better so I have 3 and 3. Sucks a bit of that misclick earlier because I was looking forward to just killing that full mineral line again, but sadly I did click the ground. I only got 1 Widow Mine out of what I think I was 3. It wasn't a completely full medevac, I believe. Now, I was trying to make some turrets, but I don't even have an engineering bay up apparently. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna start mining from this because it hurts my soul seeing so many SCVs on 1 mineral line. Now he has the drones over here. Exactly, there we go. This is gonna be some pretty nice hits, I think. Oh, exactly, there we go. Boom. Now he surprisingly doesn't have this base, so I guess I'll just go for the natural with this one. He has hydras, but he just missed the medevac. He missed the medevac. Wait, look at this. I can drop right in this spot. Yeah, oh, I actually blocked his Zerglings with that. That's beautiful. I'm going to be able to get some nice hits, I think. And I'm going to burrow these over here. I'm freaking maxed behind this, by the way, which is just brutal. Here, let me try to target fire. It's a little harder to target fire because my Widow Mine shoot really fast. That's a proper first world problem right there, I know. Here, let me get my base over here. I wonder what supply this guy has right now. Zerg is always up in supply, by the way. I don't think this guy's up in supply right now, guys. I can tell you that much. I'm freaking 186 supply. This guy's been getting absolutely tortured. He only just started his hive, or well, it could be finished by now, technically. But now it is time. Oh, actually, I didn't make enough Hellbats. I was looking forward to doing one of my favorite Terran maneuvers ever. And that is... Actually, I can still do it. I have enough. I can do 8 Hellions and 6 siege tanks in 5 medevacs. And then those 8 Hellions more... God, the spikes on this server are pretty annoying, huh? And then you can morph the Hellions into Hellbats when you drop. And then you just have a super efficient Doom drop that's both good against armored and against light. Here we go. Let's get a couple of those dropped. Actually, I can probably move a couple of these. Oh, those double spores, man. Oh my god, that hurts. Yeah, I'm just gonna burrow a couple of these over here. See if I can get further. Oh, just let me get away. No, you have Dirklings there. Oh, that's unfortunate. No, I'm not gonna get one. No, I'm not. Okay. Let's see. So we get 8 Hellions in here. And then we get a couple tanks over here. Should I? No, I don't want to wait for those medevacs. Sometimes I'm a little... Oh, actually, I have more. Yeah, then I am going to wait for those medevacs, because this is going to be an 8 tank drop instead of 4, which is obviously going to be way stronger. I do think I could have made a couple of sensor towers earlier. In general, this really has not been the most well macroed game of my life. That is, you know, for sure. I really could have done a way better job of this, which I think is only cool, because that means this stuff can look even stronger than it already does. Okay, so now he sees these medevacs. I don't know what he thinks. Does he think... Wait, am I missing a medevac? No, right? I don't think I am. Okay. Let's see what he has over here. Yeah, exactly. I don't know what he thinks. He probably just thinks this is more Widow Mines. What I'm gonna do now, guys, is I'm gonna convince him... I hope he doesn't have Vipers, by the way, because if he does, I'm gonna lose a bunch of units over here. He's probably making... Did I see an Infestor? Oh, no, he does have Vipers. Okay, then I need to be very careful. Okay, what I'm gonna do is make him think that this is a fake. Because my army here looks pretty big, right? My army here looks pretty big, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's gonna think it's a fake the moment he sees all of those units show up. In fact, he really should be responding to this, and here we go. Okay, I think the units have moved from its position, and now I can drop over there, and this is when we're gonna get the sickest drop ever. Look at it. Tell me this is not absolutely beautiful. My army over here is actually doing pretty well. What? I thought everything was gonna die. But apparently, Hellbats with medevacs are pretty good against Hydras. Okay, so just gonna use Blinding Clouds now. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unsiege, and I'm just gonna drop... My Hellbats are tanking everything, by the way. I know I'm parasitic bombed. I'm just gonna try to get air fast as I can. Okay, we're gonna get a couple tanks out here. Exactly. This is actually such a cool freaking fight, isn't it? This is like the coolest freaking fight ever. And now I can get my Widow Mines in position that I had over there, and they can actually really help my tanks out. You might have one more Blinding Cloud. These random tanks from up here are popping off so freaking hard, by the way. And in the end, we're gonna get cleaned up. But I'm not convinced that was a bad fight at all, guys. I think that was, in fact, a pretty fantastic fight. And this is getting a little bit crazy right now. The thing is, if you play against a lot of Vipers... Vipers counter all of mech, pretty much, right? So usually what you do is make Ghost. But I am not gonna make Ghost this game, because Ghosts are too good. No, just kidding, but I don't know. I kind of like just sticking to my style. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna use the tools I already have. I have my starports up. These Widow Mines actually doing so freaking good, man. I really didn't think those Widowmines were gonna do that good later on, but these Widowmines absolutely popping off. They got me ahead in this game, but they also just did amazingly in the fight. And my opponent never made overseers because he was so busy with all the chaos that those Widowmines... They're still alive! Those Widowmines have killed, like... I don't know, 12 Hydras already? Something ridiculous. I'm still maxed with a bank, by the way. It's actually... I'm a little disgusted by myself, to be honest. Like, this is a little much, you know? I don't know what I'm doing to this poor guy. Yeah, I'm just going to send those helmets over here. I'm sure that is a base. Those Widowmines are going to be brutal. Every time he wants to go in... Like, Vipers are really good at this, but every time he wants... Actually, I'm going to use the rest as well. Every time he wants to go in, he's going to have to go through the Widowmines, which is going to hurt like hell. Like, he just doesn't want to do that. And now, wait, this is going to be beautiful. Look at this. I can bring the Hellbats back and drop on... Wait, why do I keep misclicking? Am I bad? That was actually going to be very cool. Instead, it was just kind of cool. The reason why it was still kind of cool is because my Hellbats distracted the Hydras from attacking my siege tanks, but I'm a little surprised that I kept misclicking. I misclicked that like 4 times this game, which is not very... let's blame the ping, guys. It's not me. Doesn't have anything to do with my hands not working properly or my brain. It's just, it's ping. You know, it's not my fault. Nothing I can do about it. But anyway, that was another beautiful game. And here, the Widowmine strategy worked perfectly. I'm very happy that we actually rolled him as Zerg, or he rolled as Zerg, because the moment I thought of this idea, I really wanted to execute it. I don't know how many Widowmines have built this game, but it's probably close to 50 or maybe even more. I have no idea. Pretty tough loss for the Zerg. I know it's very annoying to lose to just Widowmines blowing up absolutely everything, especially when you think, okay, the Widowmines have been nerfed sufficiently. I'm not going to play against that BS again. And there's Lunatic Larry, aka Mark, showing up, making 5 million Widowmines and owning you with them. But that's not the final game yet. Let's go to game number 3. All right, the final game is against a 4.7k Protoss, and we got Zerg. Okay. Now we have I think we had 2 units left that were going to be super hard with Zerg. And the hardest one is obviously the Viper. Which at this point, I'm not going to lie, guys. I'm not sure if I'm going to end up doing that. Because I played a couple games to try it out. And it was an absolute disaster, okay? My Viper strategy, it was... Let's say I'm not even sure if I can beat Diamond players with that, okay? It's insane. But we also have the Lurker left. We do also have the Hydra, which I really freaking like, by the way. Zerglings, Banelings, Roaches, Ravagers, Hydras, Drones. Yeah. Maybe I should go for the Lurker. I have to admit that even though I think the Lurker is a fantastic unit, it's probably the Zerg unit I have the least experience with out of all of them. I'm not quite sure why. I've just... Well, I've done it a couple times, but not frequently. I just feel like I'm in the mood to build Lurkers. I think this game I do want to make something with Lurkers. And since I do... And I also have no idea what a normal Lurker build looks like. I'm gonna try to do a really fast timing. Actually, could I... You guys remember my link drop build? The 1717? Well, the specific of the build don't matter. But anyway, fast lair, 2 Overlord link drop. And then I would always go for like the Hydra timing after. I beat some really good Protoss players with that in tournaments. I'm kind of wondering if I could do like a 2.5 base Lurker follow-up to that. It's just... Lurkers against Protoss are not quite as good as against Terran, at least until you get the upgrades. Later on, Lurkers are really good, but you don't have upgrades, I feel like they're just gonna die to like Stalkers, you know? Now, I'm not quite sure how I want to approach this. I definitely think going Hydras first and then Lurkers would be a good idea. Yeah, I guess it's time to flex my somewhat normal Zerg muscles a little bit here. I hope that my opponent walled over here. That would be very nice. I doubt it, though, because this is a very good map for low ground walling, even if you're playing against random. Oh, he did wall up here. Oh, very nice. Okay, then he's going to have a slightly harder time. I think I delayed my pool by 1 supply or something, because my hands were trying to build queens for a while there, but, you know, didn't actually happen. Let's see. I can't... Dude. Yo, actually, on this map, you could make a very cool build. If I mine out any of these patches, then I could do a very good link drop, you know? This is for another time, because the build I'm doing right now is not very well set up for a link drop, but that's a pretty cool idea. I actually do like that idea for later. Let's keep that in mind. It's always nice to kind of scout and figure out what kind of new builds you can do on new maps. Oh, he's just gonna block that, so I guess I'll take the forward on then. Don't really mind taking the forward base, because it's not like I'm, I'm preparing to make that many drones anyway. I'm gonna have a relatively straightforward plan. I think I want to go like 50 drone, like something ridiculous, like 50 drone Hydra lurker or something, you know? I'm not even gonna make a hive for it. I'm literally just gonna make like dry lurkers. Oh, he is playing with... That's a bit annoying. He is playing with a Twilight Council. Yeah, the problem I have against Twilight Council is that I think it's not actually that good to play, Twilight Council itself. But it is annoying if you want to do crazy strategies, mostly for the reason that if they play, for example, Glaive Adepts or even Archon Drop, then all of a sudden you can't really defend that with just links. Now, this is going to be an extremely painful attack for him, by the way. I wasn't intending to run past, but then he... Okay, he actually went back now. He dodged my Zerglings with his Adept. I think I'm going to try to kill this. The thing is, I have very annoying power here, because I could just do this. Exactly. I think he was going to try to wall that off, but he failed. And now I'm just going to make like a million drones behind it. Now my Zerglings are here again. Oh, these Zerglings are actually so good. Okay, this is actually getting a little brutal. Poor Protoss player. His Glaives is going to be denied forever, which is really going to hurt. I feel like I should make... Wait, where did this... Oh, there it is. I've lost the freaking Adepts. I didn't even know where they went. He's going to lose pretty much all of these probes, I think. I can also kill the Adepts. There's only 2 Adepts. He does have 1 Warp Gate, which he actually hasn't used for a long time. And admittedly, a lot of those probes did stay alive. Oh, I can kill like 2 more. Oh, I can't quite get that one, unfortunately. All right, well, my plans just completely shifted just because I wasn't expecting at all what just happened there. Now, what's nice for me is that I have a lair, which means I can make overseers, and I don't have to worry about DT so much. He's gonna... Wait, maybe... Guys, can I kill this? Oh, no, I can kill that. Oh, I hope for him his upgrade finishes, else that's gonna be very sad. Yo, this guy's hardcore all-inning me, by the way. This is... I'm so happy I killed. If this guy was gonna be able to attack me with 7 gate glaives, that would have been absolutely devastating. And actually... Even if he would rebuild that and still make glaives, it would still be devastating. You know why? It's because I'm playing Hydras, and Hydras are also bad against Adepts. Like, I'm gonna get Lurkers out at some point, but am I gonna get those out in time? That I'm not quite sure about. I think what I want to do... Oh, guy, that is such a disgusting idea. I'm gonna go for Overlord Speed. I like how sometimes I feel like whispering when I talk about my secret builds. I'm gonna go for Overlord Speed. Wait, did he move across? And Where are his units? Huh. This is a little sus, isn't it? He had more units. Oh, I'm gonna kill that. There's... I found him. Yeah, I kind of had a feeling that this was gonna happen. Oh, that's a lot of... Oh, he was gonna go for chart. Wait. Oh, no. Guys, oh, no. The pylon! That's every single gateway besides the one in the main. The pylon falls. He can't warp in from his prism anymore. I want to see him siege that prism. I just want him to try and warp in. It will be so funny. I need to say these queens. I don't have any transfuses on these right now. It's actually surprisingly annoying, these slow zealots, huh? Let's see, how are my links doing? My links are still popping off. I might as well... Actually, no, I'm going to run these into the main base. Yeah, he cannot warp anything. Oh, I do have 1 transfuse on that bad girl. Okay, dude, I'm not going to lie. This game went completely off the rails. This was not what I was expecting at all, okay? I was thinking, I will sniff out what he's doing. I will not make too many links. I will rush up to 50 drones, almost there. And then make lurkers and attack at the front with the Hydra lurker army. And you guys can probably tell how fried my brain is at this point. Just at every single possibility, my thoughts about this game changed. Like, first, my links didn't catch his Adept, got into his main. Then I realized I should probably be making more links because I was doing damage. Then I realized he was going to go for an attack, and I started making this, and I have the Lurker then. And I made Overlord Speed, but then he warped 4 slow Zealots in my base with 2 Adepts. And obviously, this game is not going to count for any of the challenges. I guess if it would count for one of them, it would be this. Actually, maybe it should count for the Zerglings, to be honest, because the Zerglings did all the work. But I do feel like I could do something cooler with Zerglings as well. Sadly, for me, I still have to do the Lurker, which is going to be a very hard one, but I'm also kind of excited doing a hard cheese. Guess I'll let you guys decide whether the Zerglings should count. I mean, Mr. Editor will already have crossed it on or not. But you guys, if you guys think no, please do another one. We'll just cross it out again. It's no big deal. But that's going to be it for today. Hope you guys had a fantastic time. If you did enjoy this chaotic episode, give a video a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all for the next one. Adios.